is Jer. Welcome to Healthier Together, Care, Commit, and Connect with Seniors. Today we're going to be making some whole wheat bread. The first thing you want to do is get 3 cups of warm water. To the warm water, I'm going to add 1.5 tablespoons of yeast. And then I'm going to add just a teaspoon of sugar, which will activate the yeast. So go ahead and take a fork and stir that together. And we'll let it sit a little bit and activate while we pour some other things into our mixer. You can use a KitchenAid mixer or any mixer you have, or you can actually knead this by hand, but it does take a long time with wheat bread to knead it by hand. It does need a lot of kneading so that you can get the gluten to come out of the flour. Anyway, let's get started while that sits for just a minute and add our oil, which is 1/3 cup of oil. And we're also going to add 1/3 cup of honey. Someone said that you can actually spray your cup you're measuring honey with and it comes out a little easier. I didn't do that today, but I know that's a trick that does help. Next, we're going to add 1/2 cup of potato flakes. So I just use these Idaho potato flakes. Add that to our mix. We're then going to add 1/2 cup of instant dry milk. These 2 things will help our dough to be nice and soft and be really good. We're also going to add a tablespoon of salt. So if you look at your yeast now, probably just needs another minute or 2 to activate. The next thing we're going to add is 1/4 cup of Vital Wheat gluten. Now if we look at our yeast, it looks like it's dissolved and it's ready to go, so I'll go ahead and pour that in. Next, we want to add 3 cups of our whole wheat flour. Just put this lid on. And now we're going to mix. You can see that some of the dough is stuck up on the side, so I'm just going to go ahead and get that back down in with the rest of the dough. Next, you want to add a tablespoon of dough enhancer. I'm going to do a heaping tablespoon dough enhancer. And then I'm going to add 2 cups of oat flour and 1 more cup of whole wheat flour to this dough. Again, turn your mixer on. So the key here really to whole wheat, nice, good bread is to go ahead and let this knead for about 10 minutes and just let it take its time and work itself together, and I'll show you the difference between now and after it's been kneading for 10 minutes. This is what the dough looks like after 10 minutes. It's kind of a little bit sticky, very elastic. That's what you want it to look and to feel like. Okay, so you can see the oil will make it so it's just a little bit more workable. That won't hurt it at all to do that. So I have a scale here. I'm gonna try and get, you don't have to have these perfect, but I want to see if I can get them fairly even. I want to use my scale and just see. So cut that in half. And then we're going to place this on the scale and see what it reads. 2.32. Let's see what this one reads. 2.15, so this one's a little bit bigger. If I can add some dough over there. Let's see, now this one is 2.25. This one is 2.21, and that's just great. I sprayed a couple of loaf pans with some olive oil. You can see right here. I'm just gonna go ahead and mold this dough into loaves to put in my pan. It looks like today, if I had a little bit bigger pan, it probably would have been better. So when you turn this over, you can see they've got little lines or little, you know, it just doesn't have to be perfect at all. I'm just gonna stick this in here. The best thing about this is it's, you know, just a few ingredients. You know you made it, you know that it's all good ingredients. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna mold it into my pan, like so. Again, I'm not caring if it's perfect. It's gonna taste wonderful and it's gonna be delicious, and your warm out of the oven is always best. Put a flour sackcloth on this and set it over on my stove. I'm gonna watch it though, because I'll need to preheat my oven when there's about 10 minutes or so left, but it should take about an hour for it to raise, and then you wanna cook it on 350 degrees for 30 minutes. So this is what they should look like before they're ready to go into the oven, to a 350 degree oven that's been preheated, and they're going to cook for 30 minutes. So this is how your bread should look when it comes out of the oven. I'm going to go ahead and spray some olive oil on the top of it. And then I'm going to dump it out. Let it rest on a wire rack. You should let it rest here for at least a few minutes before you cut into it. After the bread is cooled for a little bit, then you can go ahead and cut it and see how it turned out. Oh, look at that. I don't know if there's anything more yummy than bread and butter. Warm bread out of the oven. Oh, that looks absolutely delicious and really good for you. See how it tastes.
It's light. Delicious. I hope you will try this recipe and see what you think, and I just want to say thank you for watching the video. And this is Healthier Together, Care, Commit, and Connect with Seniors on Facebook and YouTube. And I hope you love this bread as much as I do. Talk to you next time. Thanks. Bye.